One of the challenges that we've always had was visibility to sales orders in our system and the demand that it is going to take on our inventory. Inventory management has become easier with AX. As a matter of fact, last week I was speaking with our production manager who was in need of production for an item that he would have normally found out 24 hours before the distribution center needed the product. In this particular instance, he was able to look at the sales order, recognize that demand a week before, and work it into his production schedule in a normal course of business as opposed to trying to put out a fire. And that was very, very efficient for him. All of this is possible because of Microsoft Dynamics AX. Well, I'm Chris Fauché, Director of Business Analytics and Marketing for Reily Foods Company. We are a 110-year-old food and beverage manufacturer located in New Orleans, where we have a manufacturing facility in New Orleans as well as one in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are food and beverage. We are the #2 national iced tea maker with Louisiana tea, as well as we make some other food and beverage products, a Blue Plate Mayo product, and we have several coffee lines that we produce for. So when we decided to produce or get in with an ERP system, we hired a third-party consultant to come in and review all of our business processes and the technology that we currently have in place. There was one key metric that was shown up in all departments, and that was timeliness of data. And that was a challenge for us because if you don't have the proper data, you can't make the proper decisions. So when we looked at an ERP solution, that was the #1 overarching goal for us, was to get that timeliness of data across the organization, one true picture of the store. The second thing we needed to do was implement a newer technology with our ERP solution, and we felt like Microsoft was that best bet for us. Our end customers are benefiting from our new solution because of the fact that we have timeliness of information. We're able to better manage our inventory, reduce inventory cuts, get them the products, and provide them the service levels that they require for their end customers as well. Our company has 5 key initiatives that we strategize around on a yearly basis, one of which is process and technology, so improving our processes as well as our technology that we have in place. The second initiative that we have is around food safety and sustainability, which is very big in today's day and age with a lot of the global certifications that are out there for manufacturers. Part of the reasoning for the process and technology drive that we have is to have that timeliness of information, but also to pull it out of the system and to get that data that we need to make decisions. And with that, we feel that Microsoft has done a good job for us. With our process and technology initiative, one of the big things that we're striving for is to be predictive in the things that are coming down the road for us. That when key fires strike up and you're reactive, you're not as effective and efficient as you can be. So that is one of the big drivers that we're looking to do, is be predictive with our business, understand where forecasts are, and be able to produce to meet our forecasts. Food safety is a top priority at Reily Foods. We're very proud of our global certifications, mainly our BRC certification, which is a global British Retail Consortium certification that is becoming mainstream in the food and beverage industry. With that, one of the key topics to that is being able to have full traceability of your products up and down the product cycle. That is very key in the supply chain, to be able to trace when a customer received product, if the product is bad, to be able to quickly and timely recall that to get product off the shelf if that were to be a necessity. An example of that would have been in our last BRC recertification, which we have to do on an annual basis. With our legacy system, a mock recall, which is one of the requirements for this certification, would have taken an IT resource as well as the warehouse to coordinate together to get a report out for this mock recall. Under the certification, you have to recall your product within a certain amount of time. In the last mock recall that we've had when we were on AX, we were able to do that quickly without an IT support help, and it was under an hour to pull that report and do the mock recall. Well, being a food manufacturer, one of the key things that we needed was to be able to control our formulas and bombs. AX provided some really neat functionality around versioning of those formulas. One of the things that Reily Foods was able to do, and I highly recommend it for anyone looking to implement an ERP, is get the users involved early in the process. We had 25 to 30 users vetting other vendors during the process, so we really pulled them in early, got the acceptance early, and it really helped during implementation for them to carry the ball across the line. Well, Reily Foods was on a legacy AS400 system. We had been on it for approximately 20 years, so the technology had become antiquated. Reporting and querying was not as easy as we would have liked in this day and age where you need the data at your fingertips at all times. So that challenge was there for us when we were looking for a new system to implement. Well, when we were vetting software companies, we not only had the choice of which ERP system to choose, but which Microsoft partner to select in that process to help us get us across the line. One of the key things that I took from our independent consultant was he made a statement to me that you can do a very good implementation with a bad system or a very bad implementation with a good system. So it was key to have both of those on the good side of that implementation. As we started our implementation, we had really a few key points and goals that we needed to achieve. One, we needed to update our technology. Two, we needed to continue to ship products to our customers and then receive them on time. And the third one is that we had to continue billing our customers properly. None of those three we wanted to break up and to not have positive outcomes with. So on the day of the implementation, the big thing that we were waiting for was something to break, something to go wrong. That never happened, so it was very anticlimactic for an implementation and a go live, and it was really enjoyable. So in our final cut, we were between Fullscope with Microsoft Dynamics AX and a Lawson partner. We ultimately felt that when we were implementing, we really wanted to use an agile process during our implementation. It fit our organization. The change management would be easier with an agile process. And that was a big differentiator because the software or the partner for Lawson would not push an agile process. Fullscope was very commendable around taking that, accepting it, and moving forward with an agile process.